Alright, this is the zookeeper, and we are here to feed my western diamondback rattlesnakes. And we're going to be a little bit more careful about how we feed them, because when they're hungry, they can come right out of the woodwork very quickly, and you don't want to be in the way. So I don't want to be in the way. And as you can see, there's Batwing over to the right there. I want to get that piece of the ornament that's left. I've already got the petrified wood out. Now I want to remove this. That'll give us a better shot at what's going on. And I've got some rats for them. These are small, they're to medium-sized rats. I'm gonna put one in at a time. There's three rattlesnakes in there. Batwing, Bashful, and Big D. And we're gonna start with a little rat right here. Now I'm gonna be careful. See, I'm gonna hide behind the glass here where he can't get me. I'm gonna toss it over there. Keep me out of range. I'm hoping I won't have to close this door, because sometimes the rats will jump out. Oh, here we go. Y'all pay attention, this might go quick. I'm surprised the guys inside haven't. Usually Big D is also pretty outgoing. I think that's see him. You can see him coming out. And we'll see who strikes this rat first. It's getting close. That rat's not real happy about where he's at. I may have to close that door. Sure messes up the view when I have to film through glass, but there's a bite. There's two bites. And an unhappy rat. Now usually it's whoever did the striking is usually the one that will do the hunting. And since Batwing is the one that bit the little rat, that rat's where we can't see him, there we go. Usually it'll be that snake that does the hunting. But I see one of them taking a peek. I'm not sure which one it is over there. It's probably not Bashful. Bashful is so shy. Oh, it's all three of them. All three of them. Bashful must be hungry. But that's Big D coming out. And he don't mind going and eating someone else's rat. We'll just see who ends up with it. And usually Bashful, who's still in the cave, usually stays in the cave. We did get a peek at her. So you can still kind of see her in there. You can kind of see her in there. But that's the reason her name is Bashful. It's rare that we get to see her. Now at the end of this video, I'm going to put on another piece of rattlesnake video of the other night when I was fixing to go to bed. I caught them breeding or practicing. They're too young to actually breed. They have to be 2 or 3 years old at least before they can really breed. And these guys are just over a year, so they're too young to breed. But they sure were going through the motions. They were acting like they were breeding. And so I'm going to show a little video of that at the very end of this. So y'all stick around to the end and you'll get to see Batwing and Bashful. Bashful was out. And and they were doing the dirty. And it's pretty amazing because they're too young, but they sure were trying. It's pretty amazing they were doing it at this age. But you never know, you know. Maybe they can do it at a young age. They never did really get locked up, that I could tell. But it sure looked like they were close. So that'll be cool. I'll stick around and watch. See the breeding techniques of rattlesnakes. I'm gonna zoom in on Big D. He's over there. Even though Batwing is the one that injected or envenomated Big D, he's gonna go over there and get it. They don't mind, they'll eat each other's food. And it ain't over yet. Big Batwing may still go over there and get it. And see over here, you can see Batwing bumping on a Big D because Batwing's always horny. He likes to do that. That right there is a mating ritual. And at his age, I guess he's just practicing. But he's been practicing. The other night, it looked like they were doing a little more than practicing. It looked like they were actually doing the do. There we go. Big D. Grabbing the wrong end. He'll get it right. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. See if we can catch it a little better. I'm using a little different setting on this, so the lighting might be a little bit off. We'll see. Here comes Batwing. We're going to take a look at that rat and see who ends up with it. It can be kind of difficult to feed more than one snake in the same enclosure. Sometimes you run into, they'll all be trying to eat the same food. Let's see. I don't know how that lighting's going to be. This may be a flop, I don't know. And of course Bashful. Bashful, she stays in the cave. She'll peek out around the corner once in a while. But she's not as brave as these two. These two will definitely have no problem coming out. Let's see who ends up with that little rat. Oh, there it goes. We know who's going to end up with it now. Big D. And while Big D's busy with that, once he gets it in his mouth and I know he's good and started, I'm going to put another rat in there. And we'll see. There's a fang stretch. I love to see that. That's cool. Beautiful. They're getting so big. They grow so fast. Alright, I'm going to grab another rat before they start fighting over that. We'll see if we can get Batwing. Oh, we may end up with a Bashful. That rat went right over to Bashful. Now Bashful still doesn't like rats. I still can't get Bashful to eat rats. She's still a mouse. That's the reason she's smaller than the rest of them. She hasn't grown as much as the other two because she never transferred over to rats. She still insists on having mice. So what I usually do is I feed these two and then when they're through, I have to take them out and feed Bashful. I would like it if Bashful would go ahead and start eating rats. She'd grow faster. Uh-oh. Houston, we may have a problem here. And these two, Batwing and Big D, they usually are the ones that try to eat at the same time. But it looks like Big D's got a head start. Well, I don't think Batwing is going to get a chance. Oh, look out here. Watch this. See? Bashful doesn't like rats. She should have already struck that thing. But she didn't. If that was a mouse, she'd been all over it. So we're going to go back here and watch them guys. These guys, those guys, the guys and girls. And that is interesting to see Bashful coming out. She's usually so shy that she won't come out, but look at her. That's good to see. I'm glad to see her. Very rare we get a shot at Batwing, at Bashful. She's doing good. Maybe she's coming around. Being in this traffic area, I'm surprised that she's still as shy as she is, but she's still pretty shy. But she's still a beautiful snake. But you can tell by looking that she hasn't grown. The others have outgrown her. Looks like Big D is the biggest of the three. Batwing ain't too far behind, but Bashful, she's just too insistent on mice, and I don't think they're helping her grow as fast. And there's Batwing, always making the moves on the girls. It's all three of them together right around that one rat. I think Big D's got it gone so far. There's not much chance of sharing that thing anymore. Well, they're still going to try it though. Oh no. Batwing saying, hey, I want that thing. There's what I was talking about. There's the problem with trying to feed multiple snakes in the same enclosure. And they're fixing to be separated. I'm going to take Batwing out. He's the male. I'm going to leave the two females in this one. And when they do get old enough to actually breed and not just practice, I'll put them together when I see the females get gravid and get where they look like they're ready to breed. And that rat went inside the cave. You can hear my bird back there playing with his bells. He's a funny little bird. Well, that's cool. Like, I get to see that Bashful. So rare that she comes out. can still see she's kind of shy. She wasn't being shy the other night when her and Batwing were all, looked like they were hooked up. I thought they were actually breeding. Looked like they had actually gotten together and were locked up, but I don't think they actually pulled it off. Doesn't stop them from trying. Oh, okay, here we go. Batwing is hunting again. Looks like he may come over and find that rat. And as you could probably see from my other video, these guys can be pretty quick and then come out of nowhere. So you gotta be really careful how you do these things. Because just because you don't think they can see you doesn't mean they can't come out and all of a sudden see you and strike real quick at the same time. Here we go. And now that Big D is finished with his rat, he may come over and try to eat another one. He's known to eat more than one. And that rat just ran out of range. And I have a lot of these little rats right now, so if they want to, they can have more than one. Watch this. Big D's gonna nail this dude. There it is. Oh. Unlike the cobra venom, when a cobra bites them, they don't usually do all that, because cobra venom, oh, see that fang stretch? Cobra venom is neurotoxic, and it doesn't hurt so bad when you get struck by a cobra. Shall continue. Look at that. Yeah, it won't be as bad when I separate them. And Big D's gonna eat another one. Maybe. He's a little pig, or she's a little pig. She likes to eat for sure. Batwing's got her ideas, his thoughts about this. He's like, you know, I think I want this rat. I'm gonna bring it over here. There we go. All right. What I want to see. And as you can see, Bashful's not even interested. So I'm not even going to attempt to try to feed another rat. I'm going to let these guys eat their rat. And then I'm going to put some mice in there for Bashful. The thing is about that is to keep the others, because they're so much more outgoing than Bashful is, I have to remove them so that I can feed Bashful. Or Bashful will never get to eat. She definitely needs to eat because she isn't growing like the others are. She's just too shy. Batwing, he's pretty sure he wants to keep this rat. Like, man, I don't feel like sharing with you today, dude. There goes Bashful. Back into her spot. She's so shy. She just likes her little corner in there. She disappears and you never get to see her, except on rare occasion. Yeah, if I'd have noticed that Bashful was even the least bit interested in those rats. I would try to give her a rat, but I need to somehow get her transitioned onto something besides mice. Because right now I'm pretty limited on my mice. So I've got some frozen thawed. I may see about feeding her those. Because I have small snakes. A corn snake, my little copperhead, my cottonmouth, they're all small. My Santa Isabel ground boa, they're kind of small and they have to eat mice. They have to eat mice because they're not big enough to eat these rats. Bashful's big enough, so she needs to learn. So I'm going to start training her. Which means I have to remove these two guys. And you got to be careful doing that when they're after they freshly ate like that. You do it real mellow and not disturb them or upset them too much, or they'll regurgitate. And that's really gross when they do that. And it's not good for them, all that digestive fluid going up in their mouth. And it can't be good. Alright, well, there's the rattlesnake feeding.